Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Joel.
I'm Aunt Becky.
I'm Megan.
I'm Matt.
I'm Grandpa.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. Welcome back, everyone. It's nice to see ya. We're finishing off a stretch of really warm days here in Northeast Pennsylvania, and after today, the temperatures are gonna get a lot cooler. Unfortunately, that means it's gonna be hot all day, but we'll deal with it. So far today, we've got the animals all taken care of, we got the farm market set up, and Dad just got back from the wholesaler. We're only picking up a few things from the wholesaler, mostly stuff that we don't raise.
How come all of our bins say fresh watermelons, but we're putting sweet corn?
Don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Oh, okay.
So the reason why is because they were like super cheap, and that's basically it. They were super cheap.
Oh, okay.
I've fallen behind a little bit this morning. I had to run and pick a basket of bell peppers quick for an order, and the boys came out and got started pulling sweet corn. I know you were worried, but I'm here now.
The heck did you come from?
Andrew, you're like a jungle cat.
Man, what are you doing wearing those colors? I can't even see you in this field.
Joel, I'm high visibility. It wasn't that it was just raining last night, it was like pounding rain. Like, too much. What?
Thank you. They're so slow.
Is that it for this
Yep.
one? Does that hat protect you from the sun?
It's specifically designed for that. And then if there's like too much sun, I can go like, bam.
I don't want to say we're high-tech farmers, but it's starting to look like it. We just got our first bin of sweet corn picked. We're hoping that'll last us all day today. We'll see how far we get.
It's not gonna last all day. You're gonna need another bin this afternoon, right after lunch.
The sweet corn is really nice, so we're expecting it to sell very fast. We got our first bin picked for us, and now we need to get a second bin for an order. Oh yeah, this stuff looks good. Oh, beautiful. We got our sweet corn picked, now back to the farm market. We're back out to the fields. We're gonna start with picking cucumbers. This is basically a necessity picking. We're not expecting to find too many cucumbers. It's just the way the calendar falls. We need to harvest these cucumbers because if we don't, they're gonna get way too big. We come over the top with our cucumbers with minerals like copper, zinc, and magnesium to help fight diseases. And we ran a little experiment by accident because Dad forgot to turn on the sprayer. You can see how the disease just totally wiped out our plants on this end to the point where we weren't even able to harvest some of our cucumbers. It may not be as important for someone with a home garden, but a schedule is very, very important. And that is something that we do suggest to people with home gardens, write up a schedule. Every time you plant something, you should write it down so you know for the following year. Every time you fertilize something, you weed something, you should write it down so that you have a log of what you did. Because maybe this year you planted something and it's doing better than it has ever done. Now, why is that? Is it the weather? Is it something you've been doing with your crops? That's why we tell people, write the stuff down. Over here is our next planting of pickling cucumbers and regular sized cucumbers, and we'll have to start picking on Monday. We have a few more things to pick, but before we head over to the other part of the field, we're grabbing some zucchini.
We picked this zucchini yesterday.
The reason we're picking zucchini is we need this size, and we have a very big order this week.
We've raised zucchini for quite some time, and we could never get it to a point where it was really, really nice. We'd see all these other farmers raising zucchini, and it was such beautiful stuff, but we could never do it.
I took a class out of Penn State for raising zucchini online, and they helped me to appreciate it's according to weather currents what diseases you have. West, we have problems with downy mildew. If the wind comes out of the south, we have problems with powdery mildew. The mineral that controls downy mildew does not control powdery mildew, so you got to know what you're putting on.
And ever since Dad took that class, we've had some of the nicest zucchini we've ever had and the nicest zucchini that's in the area. And although I don't film every day, we have to pick every day. This is 1 day growth from our zucchini, and I'm not exaggerating. We picked yesterday and we missed this bigger one, and it was this size yesterday. So you could just imagine how fast this stuff grows. We've moved over to the peppers, and the first thing we're gonna be harvesting is bell peppers. Now I can't pull any peppers off this plant, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 peppers on this one plant. Bell peppers are finished. Now we're moving on to cubanelles. Before I move on to the cubanelle, I'm going to stop and help Joel with the Italianelle. The Italianelle and the cubanelle are very similar in the fact that they're both sweet frying peppers, but the Italianelle have a much thicker skin and they have a darker green color.
Oh yeah.
Look at these. They are beautiful. What happened to all the Italianelle? Wow, there's so many peppers on this plant, but only like a quarter of them are ripe. We got all our Italianelle picked. Now we're moving on to the cubanelle. As you can see, much lighter green color, and these have a thinner skin. Holy moly, check this one out. Oh!
Not as big as an Italianelle.
We've got the bell peppers picked, the Italianelle, the cubanelle. They are working on hot cherry peppers, and Joel is gonna start working on sweet banana. And we need a lot of jalapenos back at the farm market, so I'm gonna get started on them. Something that amazes me is that jalapenos are a pepper that you never seem to have enough of. Our farm market is very, very busy, but it seems like these jalapenos are always a favorite. Just about lunchtime, so we're gonna start heading back to the farm market. You can see we got some nice tomatoes, some beautiful peppers. There we go. Wagon is all filled up. Now we're heading home.
You can tell we're coming up on September. Wagon's gonna get so full to the point where you'll fill the wagon and then you walk home. I'm just joking, they never make us walk home, but usually you end up filling the wagon and the truck.
Hopefully this should hold us over for the weekend. This is a lot of peppers. It all depends. We don't know how busy we're gonna be. It's lunchtime, but before we ate, we wanted to get everything pulled out of the heat. We've got it here in the cooler to crisp up. We just got finished eating lunch. We had enchiladas. Probably wouldn't be my first choice to work on a full stomach of enchiladas. I can't deny it though, they were some delicious enchiladas. However, now that we're done with lunch, we are out in the garden because we have a couple orders for red beets. Back to pulling red beets. I can do that. I can pull the rows even while you... No peels. So the last time we picked, we were looking for medium and we needed a smaller size beet. Now we're just looking for medium and large beets, so I have to pick through these rows again. I haven't been around forever, but in my experience of raising red beets, they grow really fast. And if you don't keep a watchful eye on them, they'll get way too big. Altogether, we needed 10 baskets of mediums and we're just finishing up. We've pulled a lot of beets, and these are the last baskets.
Here in Pennsylvania, these are your small beets.
That's how I know it's a success.
We made it back to the farm and we're working on cleaning up our red beets. We're just trying to get the surface dirt off of them so they look nice. All 10 of these medium-sized beets that we picked, they are sold already, but we still like to have them cleaned up. Right after we got done with red beets, the girls let us know that they sold a lot of the peppers and the tomatoes that we had picked this morning. The important stuff we need is hot cherry peppers, which Joel is picking right now, and we are picking nice round tomatoes. Now when it comes to the tomatoes that we're looking for, we are looking for tomatoes with no marks on them. We do sell canning tomatoes, but we're not looking for them right now. We will always come back through later and pick up these tomatoes that maybe have blemishes on them. It is a little more work looking for these really nice tomatoes, but because they look so nice, we do charge a little bit more for them. Now you don't have to pull these tops off of them, but we do, because when you put them in the basket, there's the risk that they could damage the other tomatoes, and then they wouldn't be worth as much anymore. You don't have to be as delicate with the plum tomatoes because they're more for canning, but these round tomatoes have really thin skins. There are plenty of tomatoes here. We just have to wait for them to start ripening up. I was noticing our plum tomatoes are really starting to get ripe. Well, I feel like we haven't stopped moving all day today. We got finished with what we were working at. Now we're heading back out to the field. We're gonna plant some cole crops. Now we had finished up our planting of cole crops quite a while ago, but we always raise some extra for the people in our area. And on the back of the truck right now, we have those plants that we didn't sell. We always wait just long enough just to make sure no one's planting anymore in our area, and then we just plant them ourselves. We don't know if they'll make it in time before a freeze, but we're gonna plant them. We are out where we cultivated the cole crops the other day, and right below where we planted our cole crops, we are just gonna plant the rest of the sales. It didn't take much time at all, but we've got everything planted out here. It only came out to about 3 1/4 rows, but that's all the plants we had for sale back at the farm market. We're basically finished for today. We have one more order to pick. It's just an order of sweet corn. It shouldn't take too long, and then we should be done with our orders. We just came down off the hill. We have our order of sweet corn harvested, and head back to the farm market. This should be the last thing we pick today. Should. It feels like storms are rolling in again. And you could say hi to the baby, but we're trying to put her to sleep. I just got up here. I wasn't trying to put her to sleep. Lauren was trying to put her to sleep. From all the horror stories I've heard about kids sleeping, our kid sleeps pretty good. Since it's date night, Lauren and I are gonna be getting from a local place. But that also means this is where we're gonna end the video. I want to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.